Two people earning the exact same income. One of them will be wealthy in 10 years, the other will be in the exact same spot, working the exact same job, having the exact same conversation. The difference isn't the money, it's whether they're broke or whether they're poor. And those are not the same thing. You've probably used these words like they mean the same thing. I'm broke this month. I'm poor right now. Same sentence, different reality. And most people never learn to tell them apart. Here's why that matters. If you think you're poor, you start making decisions like nothing will ever change because poor sounds permanent. You stop applying for the better job. You stop asking for the raise. You stop believing the next 5 years could look different from the last 5. But if you understand you're broke, not poor, you start making completely different decisions. Broke is temporary. Broke is a number on a bank statement today. Poor is a story you tell yourself about every day after this one. I'm not a psychologist and I'm not selling you positive thinking. This is about a specific practical distinction that changes the financial decisions you make starting today. Let's break it down. Broke is a number, poor is an identity. Broke describes your bank account. Poor describes how you think about your future. Being broke means you have $40 until payday. It's a fact, like the weather. It changes constantly. Bad week, bad month, good month. Being poor as a mindset means believing this is simply who you are and who you'll always be. It's not about the number. It's about whether you believe the number can change. Two people both have $40 left until payday. One spends it thinking, this is rough right now, I need to fix my budget next month. The other spends it thinking, this is just how it is for people like me. Same $40, completely different next 5 years. Notice neither of those reactions changes the $40, but one of them leads to a budget adjustment next month. The other leads to nothing changing at all. Next time you say, I'm broke, consciously add right now to the sentence. It sounds small. It rewires how your brain treats the situation. Poor mindset kills opportunity-seeking behavior. If you believe you're poor, you literally stop looking for ways out. There's research-backed behavior here. When people feel financially stuck long-term, they start avoiding financial information altogether. They stop opening the banking app. They stop checking the mail, not because they don't care, but because looking feels like confirming a story they already believe about themselves. That's the opposite of what broke does. Broke makes you check the number because broke implies the number is solvable. This is why two people with the same income can end up in completely different places. One keeps checking, adjusting, applying for things. The other stops checking entirely because checking just confirms the identity they've already accepted. Open your banking app right now, today, even if it's uncomfortable. Each time you do, you're reinforcing broke, temporary, instead of poor, permanent. The benefit programs nobody applies for. Poor mindset thinking convinces people they don't qualify for things they actually qualify for. People who see themselves as permanently poor often don't apply for programs like SNAP, energy assistance, or tax credits, not because they're not eligible, but because asking for help feels like confirming the identity rather than solving a temporary problem. People with a broke temporary mindset apply for the exact same programs without the same shame, because to them, it's just a tool to get through a rough patch, not an admission about who they are. The benefits exist either way. The only difference is whether shame stops you from using them. If you haven't already, go check your eligibility for at least one assistance program this week. Not because you're poor, because you're broke right now, and that's solvable. Broke responds to a plan. Poor responds to nothing. A budget only works if you believe your situation can change. This is the real reason most budgeting advice fails for people in tight financial situations. You can hand someone a perfect budget spreadsheet, but if they believe deep down that nothing will change no matter what they do, they won't follow it for more than a week. Someone making a 90-day debt payoff plan only sticks with it if they believe day 91 will look different. The plan isn't the hard part. Believing the plan matters is the hard part. This is why mindset isn't fluff, in personal finance. It's the actual foundation the math sits on top of. Before your next budget, write one sentence. My situation right now is temporary because blank. Fill in the blank honestly. That sentence is your foundation. Let's go back to where we started. Same income, same job, completely different outcome. And the difference was never the money. The next time you catch yourself saying, I'm poor, stop and replace it with, I'm broke right now. Small words, different identity, different 5 years. If this helped you, hit like and subscribe. Every video on this channel is built the same way. Real numbers, real situations, no fluff. There's a lot more like this coming, so stick around. See you on the next one.